On Law Weekly today, we look at issues of court infrastructure and the budget of the judiciary. Is the 100 billion naira proposed for the sector this year adequate? We have the views of a senior advocate of Nigeria, Mr. Kunle Oguba. Also on the program, we have highlights from the first ADR roundtable of the Lagos Multi-Door Courthouse, plus our recap of the top trending stories from the courts. Hello and welcome to the program. I am Shola Shiyeli. The House of Representatives Committee on National Judiciary has described the conditions under which judges and judicial workers in the nation's judicial system operate as deplorable and unacceptable. As part of its oversight functions, the committee, led by its chairman, Honorable Aminu Shagari, during the week visited the Lagos Division of the Federal High Court to inspect facilities at the courts. They also inspected the judges' residential quarters and the courtroom complex, which is still under construction. After the inspection, the committee promised to improve the judicial working environment to make it conducive for more judges and lawyers to do their work.
What we have seen here is really very unbecoming, and it's unacceptable for a judge to be working, a federal high court judge to be working in a cubicle. You know, how is he expected to? No wardrobes for them to change, even when they come in late. And no place for them to keep their books, files underneath tables and stuff. It is really not acceptable. But the project is going on, and this will help us to have more impetus in making appropriations for this project so that it can be quickly completed, and judges and indeed the lawyers and litigants can be more comfortable. Judiciary budget has been going down over the years, while the federal budget is going up every year. But luckily for us, this dispensation has appropriated 100 billion for 2017 budget. And this 2018 budget, they are also proposing 100 billion, subject to the approval of the National Assembly.
But how bad really are the facilities? We have the views of some practitioners who use the courts on a daily basis.
I think in Nigeria, the infrastructure in Nigeria's court, in fact, is in the dilapidated way, because if you look at courtroom, most especially like where we are now, which is Federal High Court, the courtrooms more or less look like a kitchen to me, because they don't look like a courtroom. If you travel to other clime where you see courtroom with space, very spacious, and at least even the litigant, we feel that of course they have gotten justice from the court.
The new building, which is currently being built in the other compound, I think the administration needs to speed up process in the completion of the infrastructure of that building. Sometimes you see lawyers standing in courtrooms. The courtrooms are too rowdy, too congested, and very unconducive for the lawyers.
Yeah, at this century, at this period, at this time, the judges are still recording proceedings with longhand. There are no stenographer in court. There are no machines in court. Those that were trained were not provided with machines because of forms. So, and you see the judges aging early because of sitting down from morning to evening, writing proceedings. I think is one of the major problems that we have, that something should be done about it.
When you look at the court here, the size is very small. The chairs are very bad. Lawyers are meant to stand outside pending when your matter is called, because it's like a roll, turn after the other. A goes in after he finishes his case, he comes inside, and B goes in after he finishes his case, come outside and C goes in. So it's very bad.